back to the channel. I'm your host of Talking Balaclava. Thanks for tuning in. Today we're looking at, they're gonna be the sponsor of this video, but we're looking at wide open triggers, their hard reset trigger real quick. Now, before we dive into that, so full disclosure, they sent me this for free. So looking at it real quick, I didn't purchase this with my own money. So full disclosure is out of the way. I want to let you know everything that's going on. Also, I know there is controversy surrounding this particular subject due to the entirety of the situation, right? So I don't want to dive into that. I want to stay kind of, Swiss on this topic. So I will link a video. All right, so one of my YouTube buddies, Reno May, hello everyone. I never met him in real life, but I enjoy his stuff thoroughly. Thanks, man. He did a good breakdown on the whole situation, everything involved with what's going on with the hard reset trigger. So watch that video. I'd encourage you to do that. It's a good breakdown, everything. To me personally, I look at it as, your rights are already infringed upon as it is. So this is a fun little get around, in my opinion, of making a gun shoot a little faster and playing within the rules. Of course, things can always deviate, but nonetheless, one of the concepts I wanted to get into with working with a wide open trigger is I wanted to look at and think about, okay, how can one actually use this and be more applicable, right? A lot of high-speed guys, they don't run around on full auto, but there is a time and place where full auto comes into a place, right? That's what a hard reset trigger is doing. It's making your gun shoot a higher cyclic rate of fire. So I was playing around with the idea of like, hey, maybe doing an American RPK. I saw Brent Oath 331.
Hell yeah, dude, let's do this.
Yeah, that's right, that's his right channel. I saw, Brent, where he does a lot of the camo stuff. He also did an American RPK version where he had a long, Heckin' Lord's barrel. I think he did a 20 or 24 inch and it had a binary trigger, right? So every time you pull the trigger, it shoots, and then when you reset, it shoots again. Now, I kind of like that idea, and I'm curious to see how it plays out with, the hard reset trigger here in this one. So that was one of the concepts that I had. This didn't come to fruition just due to my timeline of filming and requirements, getting to certain stuff, but essentially what I was thinking of doing, like a 20 inch, like an M16 platform, and then doing a bipod on it, as well as some sort of maybe, magnified optic to some capacity, right? Where you can have magnification, you can see how far, you can see where you're putting rounds down range, and you also have the good ballistics and the good, a good heavy barrel that's not gonna get overheating, because this one's kind of thin, right? So running full auto on this is gonna, if it was full auto, right, it would, get pretty hot pretty quick, right? So your rounds are gonna start deviating. But nonetheless, I digress. Let's just pour some rounds down range and have a good time. Look at it. That's one of the things that's really fun about this is high cyclic rates are a much more blast to shoot. Let's do it. All right, so it has a weird, okay. Ooh, you have to like finesse the trigger. It's really weird, but let's see if we can't do it. I think once you get the feel for it, it's actually really fun. My camera guy just got a brass shower, but that's actually, that goes hard. So we're doing Winchester 55 grain. Like if you pull back too hard on the trigger, they sent me like a manual of instructions, but I was like, no window, we're putting it in. So we're figuring it out on the fly. That's actually a lot of fun. The fun factor alone may be worth the $350. Yet again, we'll see. So let's do another mag. Let's have another go at it. This gun's already getting hot. That one felt like it didn't feed as well.
Quick side note, Big Daddy Unlimited is an exclusive retailer of the wide open trigger. If you have any complications with the trigger, please let WOT know. For the wide open trigger to perform properly, it is recommended to use an H2 buffer and an M16 bolt carrier group.
Side note, randomly, people often ask, hey, how does your pressure pad do with the heat on the heat guard? I mean, it's still working right now. You can see it's on. I don't want to touch the barrel because it's like smoking after 90 rounds. Realistically, I wonder like, okay, what are the practical applications? I do worry the liability of like, the reliability of it. You have to finesse it. It's not like a perfect trigger pull, and it's gonna like, you saw if I pull too hard, it was seizing up on me. Now, disclaimer, that could be on me on the install. I think it's part of the design. Yet again, grain of salt. I'm a big chimp, so this helps dissolve me of all, you know, responsibility. But how it is working, you know, what I could see really this shining, and what I want to do is, you know, a heat shootout movie scene.
Dude, I used to rock the out of a holster fanny pack for years.
I think like if I'm the bank robber from Heat, I think that's what I would do.
Bad guys? Sure,
Yeah.
bad guys. But if you're a good guy,
Yeah,
if you're, whether civilian, cop, or military, like,
Yeah.
it's fun.
It's a blast.
It's absolutely a blast.
Yeah.
And I can't say it never would be useful, because look at that cop was like, what, was an ex-Green Beret. He dumped that MP5 into that dude's windshield because he just murdered a bunch of people. You seen that video?
Yeah, I've seen that one, yeah.
Great video.
Yeah.
Okay, so there you go. There's one option, but
Yeah.
for the most part, it's much more efficient and accurate semi-auto.
That's a good point. I mean, that's what the professionals use. You don't see professionals mag dumping like crazy. So, to me, I think the fun factor is there.
Fun factor is 100% there.
I don't know if you heard me talking about doing like an American RPK concept,
Yeah.
where that's like the suppressive fire comes into play. Like you're like if you had your, you know, your band of boys together,
Right.
and one of you guys had the job of laying down fire while the guys move. Maybe that's where I was thinking this could go. It's just reliability when you're trying to get off single shots. I think to me that's what freaks me out, because you have
Yeah.
to like really finesse the trigger. So it's like if you're working with other people that can cover you and you can work through your problems, and I think, okay, maybe it has some more real world application.
Right.
But as it stands, I think it's a really fun
It's just fun.
range toy. You know what I mean?
Well, and it's a fun range toy. And I don't understand. There's a lot of people out there that don't, like, well, that's a stupid concept. Why would you buy that gun? It's not real world. Dude, there's a lot of guns out there that I want just because they're fun.
Yeah.
Like, there's a lot of things I want that are just, I'm never gonna use it. It's not practical for me, but it's fun as crap.
Yeah.
And so why would you, like, as a collector,
Right.
I think a lot of those people are talking from a non-collector standpoint.
Right.
They're like, I don't need it because it's not something I can use.
Yeah, I think guys often think like, okay, hey, AR-15 Glock, you're good, you know, but it's like, okay, cool. Like, I know that for like the basic, your actual fighting duty setup, right? You know what I
Right.
mean, but outside of that, there's a lot of stuff I want.
So much fun stuff out there.
So much fun
So
stuff,
much fun
yeah.
stuff.
There's a
Yep,
lot of stuff
I
I
agree.
want, a lot of expensive stuff.
Your pocketbook felt it.
That really
think,
did.
a little bit,
Probably like,
yeah.
you know, if it's a buck around.
Hopefully you get enough views on this thing.
I know, better pay for it.
Yeah.
Oh, anyway, all right, well.
Cool, man.
All right, get out of here. You're not supposed to be in this video.
You do have paperwork for it though, right?
You know you're not wearing level 4 plates right now.